You know what time it is. It's late capitalism time, empty consumerism time, buying stuff I don't need time, and showing it to you fine people. Thanks for watching again. This is Thrift Store Finds, the fourth video in this series, and check it out. It's a PlayStation 2 memory card with somebody's name written on it in some kind of ink. Well, guess what? You writing your name on it, it didn't help you, did it? It's mine now. It didn't help it from escaping your clutches. Well, guess what? It did, and now it's mine. I think most of the fun in finding memory cards is seeing what's on it, checking out their taste in video games, so why don't we do that? I'm gonna load it up here on my PlayStation 2, and there's nothing on it. Well, hey, that's alright. I could put my own save files on it, that's fine. Well, that's disappointing, but it works as far as I can tell, so I got a PlayStation memory card. I only have one of them, so I can put more save files on it. I could have more saved games across different memory cards, so maybe more PlayStation game reviews will happen in the future. I have plenty of them. We're done with the memory card, and next we have a CD, Relaxation and Meditation with Music and Nature, Distant Shores, and flip over to the back of the case here. It is performed, produced, and engineered by David Miles Huber. Now this, when I looked at this, when I found this thing, because I like this kind of stuff, I think it's neat, but what got me intrigued with this one was the name. I've heard this name somewhere, I thought to myself. I've heard this name somewhere before. So when I bought this, I was looking around, and on my bookshelf, I have a book by this guy. Pure coincidence. It was buried somewhere in my brain that I knew this guy had authored a book that I own, and yeah, you're looking at it now. So I have a book by this fella, I have a CD by this fella. I hope it is relaxing, and I hope I can meditate to it, because that sounds really, really nice. Here's another CD. This is Sum 41's Chuck record, and I'm glad I found this. I think that Sum 41's album, All Killer No Filler, I think that is a classic. I'm not saying it's like high art or anything, but for what it was, just an excellent album. And I'd never heard this one up until this point. I listened to it a couple of times since I found it. And the thing with Sum 41 is that they were always swapping between metal and pop punk, but on this album they're doing that. But they also have some like almost borderline adult contemporary songs on here, but I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I could review this at some point, but I don't know, we'll see. The mood will strike. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. While we are on the subject of music, this is not something I bought recently, but this is a Zapp's Vibe record. And this is Roger Troutman's band, and if you don't know who he is, he had the hit song in the 80s called I Wanna Be Your Man. He's famous for his talk box guitar effect, and he also he was also featured on Tupac's California Love. But this album is actually very good, and I looked it up on the internet. There are barely any copies for sale out there. I found a rarity, but when am I going to get a chance to talk about something like this? At most junk stores I go to, the music section is just, you see these people with just the worst kind of taste in music. It's like they just buy what they're told to buy. And I think they get sick of it, because who's selling records anymore these days? But whoever owned Zapp's Vibe, they have some good taste. The guy, whoever had, it was a lady, maybe it was a guy, I don't know, but whoever had the Sum 41 record, there was an Angels and Airwaves CD in the stack that I was looking for, but I did not get it because it was in rough shape. So I'm almost certain that the Sum 41 CD and the Angels and Airwaves CD came from the same collection. And now for the main event, the games. Which games did I find? Well, here's the first one. This is Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. And instead of looking at the case, I'm going to show you some gameplay footage. This is actually me, like I played it for about an hour, recorded about an hour of footage, and I did not mean to record that much. I was just going to play it for 10-15 minutes and just use that. But what you're looking at is my first few moments actually in the game, and that is true with all the rest of the games you're going to see in this video. But I was happy to find this one because there's this one guy in pretty much On every video, he leaves a comment saying, review a Hot Wheels game. And I don't have one. I did not have one anyway up until the last week when I found this. This game has online play, or had online play. I doubt the servers are still active for it. I mean, it would be amazing if it was, but I'm not really. I don't feel like trying. But yeah, what you're looking at is definitely the single player stuff from Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. As always, you can check out the link below to vote for which game you would like me to review. If you want me to review this game, you're making somebody's dream out there come true. But if you want somebody's dream to be dashed, you can vote for the other ones. You can vote for Ghost Squad, which is another game that people asked me about when I put up my Target Terror for the Wii review. I have known about this game for some time now, always wanted to try it out, always wanted to play it, and now I have the opportunity to do so, so here's the footage of it. I really like arcade ports onto consoles. It's one of my favorite things in video games, but unlike with Target Terror, I did not see a lot of Ghost Squad cabinets. I don't think I've ever seen one. Now, I grew up in, after the heyday of the arcade. They were still around when I was growing up, just they weren't as lively, they weren't as updated, they weren't as abundant or exciting or novel at that point. But I would always see Target Terrors everywhere in bowling alleys, movie theaters, arcades, but I don't think I remember ever seeing a Ghost Squad cabinet in any of the arcades that I visited, and I visited a lot. Before I sat down to record this, before I sat down to edit this video, I looked up Ghost Squad, the release date, and there's not an exact release date, but the year it was released was 2004. That's what I found out about, which is the same year that Target Terror first appeared in arcades. I have not seen, at least to my memory, maybe I saw it and forgot about it, but I usually remember things like this. I have not seen ever a Ghost Squad cabinet anywhere that I have visited, but I have seen Operation Ghost, and at first I didn't make the connection between the two. There's a game called Operation Ghost. I think it's also published by Sega, and I think that one was released in 2012. Yeah, arcade games in 2012. Crazy, right? And somebody said, at least somebody on the internet said, that Operation Ghost is a sequel to Ghost Squad. And I've actually played Operation Ghost, and I don't know, tonally it seems very different. It seems much darker. I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering it. Maybe you can vouch for that. I don't know, but yeah, there's a sequel to Ghost Squad, and I don't think that's out on consoles, unfortunately. Did they or didn't they? I'm not sure. I didn't look into it that extensively. But Ghost Squad, this seems like a cool game, something I'd be more than happy to review, everything I'm about to show you. And I'm about to show you Sonic Riders. Yeah, another Sonic racing game. I've played Sonic R, and there's good ideas in it. There's good level design in Sonic R that's just, it's hidden. It is completely obscured by horrible controls. But before we take a look at the footage of my first few minutes playing Sonic Riders, let's take a look at the inside. This is in really good shape. One of the best conditions of any game I've found in recent memory. And when you open it up, there's actually a bonus DVD of the Sonic X cartoon, which I have not watched. Sonic's animation ventures. The only one I'm familiar with is the sex abuse public service announcement that was in one of the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons. That's the only thing that I know about as far as Sonic the Hedgehog TV shows go, but I think there are 2 episodes of Sonic X on this bonus DVD, so that's a neat bonus. That's giving you more bang for your buck, or some other cliche. Right off the jump, I can tell this is a better game than Sonic R. They're not on foot though. They are on hoverboards, which, okay, fine. That's all right. I can buy that. Another aspect of this game that grabbed me immediately is that it looks really good. The courses are all imaginative. It's just very detailed. The color palette is great, very bright, very appealing to the eye. So just going off the first few minutes, spending time in Sonic Riders, I can tell this is not gonna be some gutter, bottom of the barrel kind of thing. Lots of people have requested a Sonic game that I review, a Sonic game, and I did not think it would had a chance to have been this one. But you can make that happen if that's what you want to see, if that's what most people want, then I will be happy to do that. There are 3 games in total that you can vote on. We have the Hot Wheels game, we have Ghost Squad, we have the Sonic game. Who will win? I will stop counting the votes on Friday. The top vote getter, I will review it over the weekend. Choose carefully or choose carelessly, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect things. How you approach this is not going to affect things too much. But thank you very much for watching as always. You are all awesome people. Have a good one.